Okay, guys. Man, I'm just sitting in traffic, but I'm in a small town. I call it traffic, so I'm not in LA. I'm not in New York City, but I have traffic, so why not be productive and share some tips while I'm in the car with you. So the theme of this call is the Wolf of Wall Street cold calling. And why I say that is, first of all, if you haven't seen the movie Wolf of Wall Street, very entertaining. Leonardo DiCaprio, just an all-star cast. Just a fun movie, but the bottom line is the guy tried to crack being not a real estate broker, a stockbroker. And for him to get ahead, his boss, or I guess his manager, would sit him down and say, give him a stack of cards that big, and he'd shove the phone in his face, and don't reach out to me till you have a deal. And he struggles horribly the first couple of days. After a week, he gets it. After a month, he's ridiculously efficient. And in 6 months, he's making probably 150 grand a month. And was his training that great? No, it was actually terrible in the movie. He had to kind of figure out most of his stuff. Actually, he committed fraud on like most of the stuff. And my point being is he had a drive to get a deal. And he saw he'd have to make hundreds of phone calls just to connect with people. And these were before the days of Mojo. I just want to say that movie was shot back in the 80s. But here's what people won't tell you with like cold calling. Number one is you have to have like if I don't get a deal, you know, the whole place is going to burn down. So here's two types of people that are successful in cold calling. If I gave you a lead with 500 people, there's two types I've always noticed. There's one that will get through maybe the first 80 or 100, and they'll start going, oh, this is tough. And they start like beating themselves up. And by the time they get to that 500th lead, they're so conditioned that someone's going to say no, that by like 425, lead 450, they're just like, I can't wait to be done with it. The other guy gets 500. He's got a good attitude. Could be a gal, by the way. Mostly gals are pretty much better on the phone than men anyways. I concede to that. He gets 499 no's. He gets to the 500th and still gets a no. And then he reaches around, gets another 1,000 cards, or even better, he goes out and finds a way to get his own leads to keep calling. Now, that guy will get through 2,000, 3,000. They'll get through 10,000 leads just to get one deal, to show their boss that they are determined to get the project. That's the secret of the Wolf of Wall Street. It's your mindset to be able to get a deal. Now, this video is not a training on cold calling. I'm just telling you that's the mindset that a really good real estate investor / wholesaler gets it done. They don't focus on how much work they got to do in front of them. They focus on the outcome of the goal. So those of you know my son, Zach, I started him after he did bandit signs and received live incoming calls. I used to give him lists to cold call. And never once did he come back to me, I was like beat up after 500. I would give him a database with 10, 20, 30,000 people, and he'd rip through it. And at one point, I want to say he went through like 5,000 or 6,000 people just to get a deal. That's the secret. All the other stuff's like just BS. It's bullshit. You have to have the heart and the drive and the determination. Another little secret in cold calling is everybody focuses on scripts. And you know what? The bottom line is if you sound rehearsed, you're pretty much going to get blown up, you know, right there in the first 5 seconds of the phone call. Although having a script and a line you're going to say that you're comfortable with and that is effective is important, there's something more important than the script that we leave off. And go watch Wolf of Wall Street and they'll teach you this exact thing. The most important thing to the call, other than actually making the call and have the determination, was your response to the objection. Every prospect is going to give you an objection. It's too expensive. I don't have time. I got to check with my wife. It's how you respond to the objections which will truly make a difference in cold calling. Let me give you an example. How did you get my number? You can either panic, go, it was on a list and my boss gave it to me, which, you know, you're making the customer just feel like a target. Or the other one is like, you know what? My partner happened to get your number, drove by the house and told me to give you a call that it looks like the house might be in need of a sale. That's the difference between connecting with people and getting hung up. But if you want to focus on a script, focus on a script. The script just gets you in the game. You have to prepare your objections. This goes for any part of sales. I highly encourage to take any type of sales training, but this is the key to cold calling. Now, I'm going to be brutally honest. Cold calling is not nearly as effective as it used to be because, once again, remember we talk about a unique marketing strategy? People are being inundated with data and everybody's calling. Not only are they calling, they're leaving quiet voicemails and they are they're texting the crap out of you. And after a while, I don't know about you guys, I get the same calls for all sorts of products. I get a ton for real estate because I own a lot. And I just get numb to it after a while, like I'm conditioned to it. And now my phone even tells me if it's like scam likely. So there's constant obstacles to deal with in cold calling. The point of this teaching method is cold calling itself, it comes down to the person's determination to get a deal. So if you're working with a partner, you're working with a lead source, if you want to be successful in cold calling, get a database of 10, 20, or 30,000 people and just work through it till you get a deal. And it might take you a week or two to get through it, but you earn it that way. It's a rite of passage. If you get discouraged after the 500 or 600 phone call, don't even start doing it because you're never going to make it. And I can't teach it to you. Actually, nobody in real estate can teach you to do it. Either you kind of have it or you don't. Either you want to get a deal to feed your family, you want to get a deal to make your life better, and you're willing to go through that brick wall. When I started out in real estate, I door knocked. Oh my God. It was really tough, but you know what got me through it is I wanted a deal. And I think I knocked on probably 45 doors. I got sworn at. I think I got spit on a few times. And listen, I was prepared to go to 5,000 doors. That's the difference. And if you can make that slight shift in your mindset, I don't care what it is, you just got to be the wolf of real estate. So no matter what you pick, bandit signs, direct mail, cold calling, all this automated crap, just please have the determination and the grit to get through it. If you can't solve it in 500 leads, then solve it in 5,000 leads. Just learn from your mistakes and get better and sharper with it. So let me ask you, when do you quit? Because if you quit, you're just going to be like everybody else who, I gave real estate a try. No. You're going to go in and go, listen, here's a list of 30,000. Tell me as soon as you get a lead, I'll know how determined you are you want to make it in this business. That's the guy or gal I want in my business. And that's what I need you to strive to be. So what's your Wolf of Wall Street moment? Go ahead and post below. Tell me how many leads it takes you to get a deal. What's your breaking point? At what point do you figure out it's not going to work? Let me know. I would love to hear from you guys. So if you guys want to learn more, if you want to connect with me, you can go to flipwithrick.com and learn about some services I offer. I've been doing this 15 years. I am probably the most unique marketer in the United States when it comes to real estate. That's just an opinion, probably not a fact. And also you can connect with us on Facebook. You can connect just with Rick Ginn, or go to Flip with Rick under the Facebook group and just request to join there, and then we share tips like this. So that's it, guys. I need more of you to be the Wolf of Wall Street, but at least go out and watch the movie. Very entertaining. Definitely not PG-13 though. So that's it, guys. That's my tip. Determination, get it done. How many leads are you willing to fight through to get a deal? And if you got a preset number, you're in trouble. We need to fix it for you. See ya.